Hi everyone. In this video, you will learn over 170 English words starting with the letter A. Each word comes with a simple meaning and 5 example sentences to help you understand and remember it easily. This is perfect for anyone who wants to build a strong vocabulary and speak English more confidently. Let's get started. Aback. To be surprised or shocked by something unexpected. I was taken aback by the sudden loud noise. She was aback when her friends threw her a surprise party. The teacher was taken aback by the student's bold question. He stepped aback when the dog barked loudly at him. The news of the storm caught everyone aback. Abase. To humiliate or degrade someone, to lower their self-esteem or dignity. He refused to abase himself just to gain approval. The rude comments were meant to abase her in front of everyone. No one has the right to abase another person. His behavior was an attempt to abase his competitor. She would never abase herself for a job she didn't believe in. Abate. To become less intense or severe, to reduce in strength or amount. The storm finally began to abate after hours of heavy rain. His anger didn't abate until he heard a sincere apology. We waited for the noise to abate before continuing the discussion. The medicine helped the headache to abate quickly. Efforts to control pollution are starting to abate its harmful effects. Abbas. A title used for a religious leader or an important figure, especially in Islamic or historical contexts. Abbas was respected for his wisdom and leadership. The followers admired the teachings of Abbas. Abbas played a crucial role in the historical reforms. Many people visited the shrine dedicated to Abbas. The stories of Abbas were passed down through generations. Abbey. A building or group of buildings where monks or nuns live, often connected to a church. The old abbey is now a popular tourist attraction. The monks in the abbey lived a peaceful and disciplined life. She visited the abbey to learn more about its history. The ancient abbey stood in the middle of the green valley. The abbey bells rang every morning at sunrise. Abbot. The head or leader of a group of monks in an abbey. The abbot guided the monks with wisdom and kindness. Everyone respected the abbot for his selfless leadership. The abbot welcomed visitors to the abbey with open arms. The new abbot introduced changes to improve the monastery. The abbot led the morning prayers every day. Abhor. To hate something very much, especially for being wrong or immoral. She abhors lying and always tells the truth. They abhor cruelty to animals and support animal shelters. I abhor violence in any form. He abhorred the idea of cheating on the exam. People who love nature often abhor littering. Abide. To accept or follow a rule, decision, or situation, to tolerate or stay in a place. You must abide by the rules to participate in the competition. He decided to abide in the small town for a while. She can't abide people who are dishonest. The villagers always abide by the traditions of their ancestors. He vowed to abide with his friend no matter what happened. Abode. A place where someone lives, home. Welcome to my humble abode. The travelers finally found an abode to rest for the night. The old abode was surrounded by tall trees and flowers. His abode is small but filled with warmth and love. They built a beautiful abode near the riverbank. Abled. Having physical or mental abilities, often used in contrast with disabled. The competition was open to both abled and differently abled individuals. He is fully abled and capable of completing the task on his own. The school ensures opportunities for both abled and special needs students. Many athletes in the team are highly abled and determined. She felt proud to help her less abled classmates. Abort. To stop something before it is completed, especially because of problems or danger. The pilot had to abort the landing due to bad weather. The project was aborted because of a lack of funds. They decided to abort the mission after the equipment failed. The program automatically aborts if it detects an error. He pressed the emergency button to abort the process. About. Approximately or around a certain time or amount, concerning or relating to something. The movie starts at about 7 p.m. She's reading a book about space exploration. There were about 50 people at the event. We're talking about what to do next weekend. The kids ran about the park, laughing and playing. Above. Higher than something or at a greater level. The birds were flying above the trees. She placed the book on the shelf above the desk. His performance was above everyone's expectations. The sun rose above the horizon, lighting up the sky. Always aim to rise above your fears and doubts. Abuse. Cruel or harmful treatment of someone or something, to treat someone badly or unfairly. The teacher spoke out against child abuse. She refused to let anyone abuse her trust again. Using power for personal gain is a form of abuse. Using power for personal gain is a form of abuse. The report highlighted the abuse of natural resources. Abyss. A deep or seemingly endless hole or a dangerous or frightening situation. He stared into the dark abyss of the cave. The economy is on the edge of an abyss. Falling into the abyss of despair, she felt hopeless. They climbed down into the abyss, exploring its secrets. The movie ended with the hero facing the abyss of uncertainty. Aches. A continuous, dull pain, to feel a dull, continuous pain. After the long hike, her legs were full of aches. His heart ached for his old friends. I felt an ache in my back after sitting too long. The thought of leaving her home made her ache with sadness. He was tired and full of body aches after the workout. Acids. A substance that is sour in taste and can dissolve some materials. Lemon juice contains natural acids that make it sour. The scientist carefully handled the acids in the lab. Some acids can corrode metals if left unchecked. Acids are often used in cleaning products. Vinegar is an example of a weak acid. Acorn. The small, round nut of an oak tree. The squirrel gathered acorns for the winter. We found an acorn on the ground under the big oak tree. The acorn slowly grows into a mighty oak tree. He kept an acorn as a lucky charm. The forest floor was covered with fallen leaves and acorns. Acres. A measurement of land area, often used to describe large open spaces. The farmer owns 20 acres of farmland. The park covers several acres of beautiful greenery. They bought 5 acres to build their dream home. The ranch has acres of open land for the horses to roam. The wildfire burned through hundreds of acres. Acrid. Having a strong, unpleasant smell or taste, harsh or bitter. The smoke from the fire had an acrid smell. The chemical spill left an acrid odor in the air. His tone was so acrid that it hurt her feelings. The spoiled milk had an acrid taste that made him spit it out. The acrid scent of burning tires filled the street. Acted. Performed an action or behaved in a particular way, often in response to something. She acted quickly to save the cat from falling. He acted bravely during the emergency. They acted on the teacher's advice and studied harder. The child acted surprised when he saw the birthday cake. She acted in several school plays last year. Actin. A protein that forms part of the structure of cells and helps in movement and shape. Actin plays a key role in helping muscles contract. Scientists study actin to understand how cells move. The cell's shape depends heavily on the actin filaments. Without actin, many important cell functions would not work. The body relies on actin for muscle activity and structure. Actor. A person who performs in plays, movies, or shows. My brother wants to become a famous actor someday. The actor received an award for his amazing performance. She worked as an actor in a local theater group. Many actors practice for months before a big movie. The actor was greeted by a crowd of fans at the premiere. Acute. Something very severe, sharp, or intense, or having a strong understanding of things. He felt an acute pain in his leg after the fall. The country faced an acute shortage of clean water. She has an acute sense of smell and can detect even faint odors. The problem requires an acute understanding of the situation. The patient was admitted to the hospital for acute care. Adage. A short, wise saying that has been passed down over time. The old adage says, "A stitch in time saves 9." He often quotes the adage, "Honesty is the best policy." The adage about hard work being the key to success is still true. There's an adage that says, "Practice makes perfect." My grandmother loves to share adages with us. Adapt. To adjust or change something to suit new conditions. Animals adapt to their surroundings to survive. She had to adapt to a new school after moving to another city. The book was adapted into a successful movie. We need to adapt our plans because of the weather. Over time, people learn to adapt to changes in life. Added. To include or put something more into a group, amount, or situation. She added sugar to her tea to make it sweet. He added his name to the list of volunteers. The new park added a lot of beauty to the neighborhood. The teacher added more examples to make the topic clear. The extra features added value to the product. Adept. Skilled or very good at doing something. She is adept at solving difficult math problems. The chef is adept at making delicious pastries. He became adept at using the computer after practicing daily. The team is adept at working under pressure. She's an adept storyteller and keeps everyone engaged. Admin. A person responsible for managing a system, or the work of organizing and managing things. The admin helped reset my account password. She works as an admin in a big company. The school admin scheduled a meeting with parents. The admin team ensures the office runs smoothly. He contacted the admin to fix a website issue. Admit. To confess or accept that something is true, or to allow entry into a place. She admitted her mistake and apologized. The boy admitted he broke the vase while playing. Visitors are admitted to the museum free of charge. He was admitted to the hospital for treatment. The student admitted that he didn't finish his homework. Adobe. A type of building material made from sun-dried bricks of clay and straw. The house was made of adobe, which kept it cool in summer. Many old villages have adobe homes. The adobe walls gave the house a rustic look. He learned how to build an adobe structure in a workshop. The thick adobe walls protected the house from heat. Adopt. To take something as your own, such as a child, idea, or practice. They decided to adopt a baby from the orphanage. Many people adopt eco-friendly habits to help the planet. The school will adopt a new teaching method next year. She adopted a stray dog and gave it a loving home. The team adopted a new strategy to win the match. Adore. To love or deeply admire someone or something. She adores her little brother and takes care of him. I adore chocolate ice cream, it's my favorite treat. The fans adore the singer and cheer loudly at concerts. He adores his dog and takes it everywhere with him. They adore spending time in the countryside. Adorn. To decorate or make something more beautiful. The bride's dress was adorned with sparkling jewels. They adorned the room with balloons for the party. The artist adorned the walls with colorful paintings. Flowers adorned the entrance to the wedding hall. She likes to adorn her notebooks with stickers. Adult. A fully grown person or something intended for grown-ups. When you turn 18, you are considered an adult. The adult lions take care of their cubs in the wild. This book is written for adults, not children. As an adult, he takes full responsibility for his actions. The movie is only for adult audiences. Aegis. Protection, support, or guidance provided by someone or something powerful. The project was completed under the aegis of the government. The soldiers fought bravely under the aegis of their commander. The charity operates under the aegis of a larger organization. The event was held under the aegis of the local community group. The school flourished under the aegis of a dedicated principal. Affix. To attach or stick something to another thing, or a word part added to the beginning or end of a word. Please affix the stamp to the envelope before mailing it. The carpenter affixed the mirror to the wall. The prefix on dash is an example of an affix. She carefully affixed the poster to the bulletin board. The package had a label affixed to it. Afire. Burning or on fire, either literally or figuratively with excitement or passion. The building was afire, and firefighters rushed to put it out. Her cheeks were afire with embarrassment. The crowd was afire with excitement during the concert. The forest was set afire by lightning. His imagination was afire with ideas for the story. Afoot. Happening or in progress, often in a secretive or developing way. There's a plan afoot to renovate the old library. The detective sensed something suspicious was afoot. Big changes are afoot in the company. A mystery was clearly afoot when the lights went out. A new adventure is afoot, and everyone is excited. Afoul. In conflict or trouble with someone or something. He ran afoul of the law and had to pay a fine. The ship got afoul of the rocks near the shore. She didn't want to run afoul of her strict teacher. The company ran afoul of new regulations. Be careful not to run afoul of local customs when traveling. After. Happening later in time, following something else in order or as a result. We went for ice cream after the movie. She finished her homework after dinner. After the storm, the sun came out. He ran faster after hearing the loud noise. Don't forget to clean up after you're done playing. Again. To do something another time or once more. Can you explain it again, please? She practiced the song again to get it perfect. He promised not to be late again. I'll call you again in the evening. Let's watch that funny video again. Agape. Wide open, especially in surprise or wonder. Her mouth was agape when she saw the surprise party. The children stood agape as the magician performed his tricks. He was agape at the beautiful fireworks. The news left everyone agape with shock. She stared agape at the towering building. Agate. A type of colorful, striped gemstone often used in jewelry or decorations. She wore a necklace with a blue agate pendant. The craftsman carved the agate into a beautiful design. Agate stones are known for their unique patterns. The bracelet was made of polished agate beads. He found an agate in the rock collection. Agent. A person or thing that acts on behalf of someone else or brings about a specific result. The travel agent helped us book the trip. The secret agent completed the mission successfully. The soap acts as a cleaning agent for tough stains. She hired an agent to manage her career. The real estate agent showed us several houses. Agile. Able to move quickly and easily, or being quick in thinking and solving problems. The gymnast was very agile during her performance. Cats are known for being agile hunters. His agile mind helped him solve the puzzle fast. The dancer's movements were smooth and agile. To play soccer well, you need to be agile and quick. Aging. The process of growing older or something that shows signs of getting old. The aging tree still stands strong after 100 years. Proper care can slow down the effects of aging. He's helping his aging parents with daily chores. The building showed signs of aging, with cracks in the walls. Aging is a natural part of life. Aglow. Glowing with light or showing excitement and happiness. Her face was aglow with happiness when she saw her gift. The city was aglow with lights during the festival. The fireplace kept the room warm and aglow. His eyes were aglow with excitement about the good news. The sunset left the sky aglow with orange and pink hues. Agony. Intense physical or emotional pain. He screamed in agony when he hurt his leg. Waiting for the exam results felt like pure agony. She endured the agony of losing her favorite pet. The patient's agony ended after the surgery. The movie showed the agony of people during the war. Agora. An open space or marketplace in ancient Greece, often used for public gatherings. The ancient agora was a place for trade and meetings. They discovered ruins of an old agora during the excavation. Philosophers in Greece used to discuss ideas in the agora. The agora was the center of activity in the city. The merchants displayed their goods in the agora every morning. Agree. To have the same opinion or to say yes to something. I agree with you that the movie was amazing. They couldn't agree on what to have for dinner. She nodded to agree with the plan. We need to agree on the rules before starting the game. Everyone agreed to meet at 5 p.m. Ahead. In front of or earlier than someone or something else. The car in front is way ahead of us. We need to plan ahead to avoid any problems. The runner is far ahead of the other competitors. You have a long journey ahead, so pack wisely. Think carefully before making decisions about your future ahead. Aided. Helped or supported someone or something. The volunteers aided the flood victims with food and water. Her friends aided her in preparing for the big exam. The new machine aided farmers in harvesting crops faster. She aided the elderly man across the busy street. The map aided us in finding the correct route. Aider. A person who helps or gives assistance. The nurse acted as an aider during the emergency. A kind aider helped the lost child find his parents. The firefighters are true aiders in times of crisis. Every successful project needs an aider to make it happen. She thanked her aider for helping her carry the groceries. Aides. People who assist or help others, especially in official or important roles. The president's aides arranged the meeting. The nurse aides helped take care of the patients. His aides prepared all the documents for the presentation. The manager's aides ensured everything was ready for the event. The teacher's aides organized the classroom supplies. Aimed. Pointed or directed something toward a target or goal. He aimed the dart at the bullseye and hit it perfectly. The company aimed to launch the product by the end of the year. She aimed to finish her homework before dinner. The archer aimed carefully before releasing the arrow. The speech was aimed at inspiring the audience. Aired. Broadcasted something on TV or radio or allowed something to ventilate. The news program was aired live last night. She aired her concerns during the meeting. The clothes were hung outside to be aired in the sunlight. The movie will be aired on TV this weekend. The teacher aired a video related to the topic in class. Aisle. A walkway between rows of seats, shelves, or other objects. The bride walked down the aisle with a big smile. Please stay on the aisle to avoid blocking the way. The book I wanted was on the last aisle of the library. The flight attendant moved swiftly down the aisle. He stood in the grocery aisle, deciding which cereal to buy. Alamo. A historical site in Texas, known for the famous battle during the Texas Revolution in 1836. The Alamo is an important symbol of Texas history. Tourists visit the Alamo to learn about the brave defenders. The Alamo stands as a reminder of the sacrifices made for freedom. A movie was made about the Battle of the Alamo. The Alamo has become a popular tourist attraction. Alarm. A device or signal that warns of danger or wakes someone up, to make someone feel frightened or worried. The loud alarm woke us up early in the morning. He set an alarm to remind him of the meeting. The sudden noise alarmed everyone in the room. The smoke detector's alarm went off during the fire. Don't be alarmed, it's just a practice drill. Album. A collection of photographs, music, or other items, often organized in a book or digital format. She showed me her family photo album with pictures from her childhood. The band's latest album has 10 amazing songs. He carefully placed the stamps in his collector's album. My favorite album is full of songs that remind me of summer. We created a digital album for our vacation memories. Alert. Quick to notice things or ready to act, a warning or notification about danger or an event, to warn someone about something. The teacher asked the students to stay alert during the fire drill. An emergency alert was sent to all the phones in the city. He alerted the police when he noticed something suspicious. You need to be alert while driving in heavy traffic. The weather alert warned us about the incoming storm. Algae. Simple, plant-like organisms found mostly in water that produce oxygen and serve as food for aquatic life. The pond was covered with green algae, making it look slippery. Some types of algae can be harmful to fish in large amounts. Scientists are studying algae as a source of renewable energy. Algae provide oxygen for marine life in the ocean. We learned about the role of algae in the food chain in science class. Alias. A false name or identity used by a person, often to hide their real name. The spy used an alias to protect his true identity. She writes books under an alias because she prefers privacy. The criminal was caught using an alias at the airport. His online alias is very different from his real name. The detective uncovered the alias used by the suspect. Alibi. Proof or evidence that a person was elsewhere when a crime took place, showing they could not have committed it. The witness provided an alibi for the accused, proving he was at work. The detective found flaws in the suspect's alibi. Her friends were her alibi during the investigation. Without a solid alibi, he became the main suspect. The suspect's alibi was confirmed by security camera footage. Alien. A being from another world or someone who is not a citizen of a particular country, strange, unfamiliar, or very different. The movie showed a spaceship full of friendly aliens. The idea of living in a new city felt completely alien to her. He had to adjust to alien customs in the foreign country. The scientists searched for signs of alien life in the universe. The language sounded so alien that I couldn't understand a single word. Align. To arrange things in a straight line or to bring ideas, actions, or goals into agreement. The teacher asked the students to align their desks neatly. He worked hard to align his goals with the company's vision. You need to align the tires to make the car run smoothly. The team must align their efforts to finish the project on time. The picture frame was slightly crooked, so I adjusted it to align properly. Alike. Similar or nearly the same, in a similar way. The twins look so much alike that it's hard to tell them apart. The two paintings are very alike, but one is slightly brighter. Both cats and dogs are loved alike by many people. Their ideas were so alike that it felt like they were thinking the same thing. They behaved alike during the meeting, showing their shared habits. Alive. Living, not dead, or full of energy and life. She felt truly alive as she hiked up the mountain. The fish in the tank looked happy and alive. He's lucky to be alive after such a dangerous accident. The festival made the whole city feel alive with excitement. Flowers blooming in spring make everything look fresh and alive. Allay. To calm, reduce, or relieve fear, doubt, or worry. The doctor's explanation helped allay her fears about the surgery. He spoke kindly to allay the child's anxiety. The extra practice helped allay the team's nervousness before the game. She brought evidence to allay their doubts about her story. The manager's reassurance did little to allay the employees' concerns. Alley. A narrow street or pathway between or behind buildings. The kids played basketball in the alley behind their house. She walked down a dark alley and felt a little scared. The cat disappeared into the narrow alley. The delivery truck couldn't fit into the tiny alley. We found a cozy cafe hidden in a small alley. A lot. To distribute, assign, or give a certain amount of something to someone or something. The teacher allotted 10 minutes for each group to present their work. He was allotted a small space to park his bike. The government allotted funds for the new school project. Each student was allotted a piece of paper for the test. We need to allot enough time to prepare for the meeting. Allow. To permit or let someone do something or let something happen. The teacher doesn't allow phones in the classroom. He wasn't allowed to stay out late on school nights. The app allows you to edit your photos easily. My parents allowed me to go to the party. Please allow a few extra minutes for delays. Alloy. A mixture of metals or a metal combined with other elements to make it stronger or more useful. Steel is an alloy made from iron and carbon. The jewelry was made of an alloy of gold and silver. Scientists are developing new alloys for building spacecraft. The pots were made from an alloy that resists rust. An alloy is often stronger than pure metals. Aloft. High up in the air or lifted above. The kite flew aloft in the clear blue sky. The flag was held aloft during the parade. Birds soared aloft, enjoying the strong winds. The magician held the object aloft for everyone to see. She raised her trophy aloft after winning the race. Aloha. A Hawaiian word used as a greeting to say hello or goodbye, often expressing love and kindness. The tour guide greeted us with a cheerful aloha. As we left the island, we waved and said aloha to our new friends. In Hawaii, aloha is more than a word, it's a way of life. She wore a lei and greeted everyone with a warm aloha. The spirit of aloha made us feel welcome during our vacation. Alone. By yourself, without anyone else, or feeling lonely. She enjoyed spending time alone with her thoughts. He walked home alone after the party. Being alone doesn't always mean feeling lonely. She learned to solve her problems alone without help. He left her alone to finish her work in peace. Along. Moving in a line next to or with something, or accompanying someone. We walked along the beach, enjoying the waves. There were trees all along the riverbank. He brought his dog along to the park. She hummed a song as she walked along the path. Cars lined up along the road during the festival. Aloof. Distant, unfriendly, or not showing much interest in others. He seemed aloof at the party and didn't talk to anyone. The cat remained aloof, watching us from a distance. Her aloof behavior made it hard for people to get close to her. He stayed aloof from the arguments and kept his thoughts to himself. She acted aloof, but deep down, she cared a lot. Aloud. In a voice that can be heard, not silently. The teacher asked her to read the story aloud. He laughed aloud at the funny joke. She practiced her speech by saying it aloud in front of a mirror. The child was learning to read by sounding out words aloud. They cheered aloud when their team scored a goal. Alpha. The first letter of the Greek alphabet or the leader of a group, the highest ranked or most dominant. He is the alpha of the team, always taking charge. The term alpha is often used to describe dominant wolves in a pack. Her confidence made her an alpha figure among her peers. Learning the alpha and beta phases is crucial in software development. The alpha version of the game is still being tested. Altar. A raised structure used for worship or religious ceremonies. The bride and groom stood at the altar during the ceremony. The villagers placed flowers on the altar as an offering. Candles were lit on the altar for the evening prayer. The church's altar was beautifully decorated with gold. People gathered around the altar to sing hymns. Alter. To change or make something different, usually in a small way. You can alter the dress to make it fit better. The map was altered to include new roads. His decision to alter the plan surprised everyone. We must alter our schedule to accommodate the new class. The story was slightly altered to make it suitable for kids. Amass. To collect or gather a large amount of something over time. He worked hard to amass a fortune by the age of 40. Over the years, she amassed an impressive collection of books. They managed to amass enough resources to start the project. The company is trying to amass data for its research. She amassed knowledge by reading every day. Amaze. To surprise someone greatly or cause wonder. Her talent continues to amaze everyone who watches her perform. The magic trick was so good it amazed the entire audience. His ability to solve complex problems never fails to amaze me. The view from the top of the mountain will amaze you. It amazed her how quickly he learned the new language. Amber. A yellowish-brown fossilized resin, often used in jewelry or a color resembling it. The necklace was made of beautiful amber stones. The traffic light turned amber, signaling drivers to slow down. She admired the amber glow of the setting sun. The old tree had drops of amber resin on its trunk. The room was bathed in the warm amber light of the lamp. Amble. To walk slowly and in a relaxed manner. They ambled through the park, enjoying the fresh air. He likes to amble along the beach in the evening. The old man ambled down the street with his dog. We ambled through the market, looking at the colorful stalls. She was in no hurry and decided to amble to the store. Amend. To make changes to improve or correct something, often in a document or law. The committee decided to amend the proposal for clarity. He promised to amend his mistakes and learn from them. The rules were amended to make them fair for everyone. You can amend the form if there are errors. The government is planning to amend the Constitution. Amino. A compound that is the building block of proteins, essential for life. Amino acids are crucial for building muscles. Foods like eggs and beans are rich in amino acids. The scientist explained the structure of an amino group. Proteins are made up of chains of amino acids. The body cannot produce some essential amino acids on its own. Amiss. Something that is wrong, not quite right, or out of place. She knew something was amiss when he didn't call back. The teacher noticed that the answer was amiss and asked the student to check it. If anything seems amiss, please let us know immediately. The dog's behavior was strange, and we knew something was amiss. Nothing appears amiss, but we should double-check to be sure. Amity. Friendship, peaceful harmony, or a good relationship between people or countries. The treaty brought amity between the two nations. Their amity grew stronger after years of working together. Festivals promote amity among different communities. The club was formed to encourage amity between members. Peace and amity are essential for a happy society. Among. In the middle of or surrounded by others. She felt at home among her friends. The treasure was hidden among the rocks. There was a lot of discussion among the team members. The bird flew away, disappearing among the trees. He was the smartest among all the students in his class. Amour. A love affair or a romantic relationship, often secret. The novel told the story of a forbidden amour. Their amour was the talk of the town. He wrote a poem about his secret amour. The movie depicted a dramatic amour between two characters. Their amour ended when the truth came out. Ample. More than enough or sufficient. There is ample space in the new house for all our things. We arrived early, so we had ample time to prepare. The farm produces ample food to feed the entire family. She gave ample reasons to support her argument. The room had ample light coming through the large windows. Amply. in a way that is more than enough or sufficient. He was amply rewarded for his hard work. The instructions were amply clear, so everyone understood. The garden is amply filled with flowers of all colors. Her generosity was amply demonstrated by her kind actions. The backpack was amply big to fit all her books. Amuse. To entertain or make someone laugh or smile. The clown's tricks never fail to amuse the children. He told a joke to amuse his friends. Watching cartoons always amuses her on lazy afternoons. The magician's performance amused the crowd. She tried to amuse herself by drawing funny pictures. Anger. Strong feelings of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. He tried to control his anger, but it was hard. Her words filled him with anger and disappointment. The decision to cancel the game caused a lot of anger among fans. Don't let small problems anger you. His face turned red with anger after hearing the bad news. Angel. A spiritual being often depicted as a messenger of God or someone kind and caring. She is such an angel, always helping others. The painting showed a beautiful angel with golden wings. He believes his grandmother is now his guardian angel. The little girl sang like an angel during the recital. The story described an angel visiting the shepherds. Angle. The space between two intersecting lines or surfaces, to position or present something in a specific way. The triangle has 3 angles. She looked at the problem from a different angle. The photographer adjusted the angle of the camera. He angled the chair so it faced the window. The reporter tried to angle the story to make it more interesting. Angry. Feeling or showing strong annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. She was angry when she found out about the mistake. He gave an angry look and walked away. The coach was angry because the team wasn't trying hard enough. They were angry at each other for forgetting the meeting. It's not good to make decisions when you're angry. Angst. A feeling of deep anxiety, worry, or unease, often about life or the future. He felt a lot of angst before his big exam. The movie captured the angst of growing up and finding your path. Her angst about the future kept her awake at night. Teenagers often experience angst as they figure out who they are. The poem was filled with the writer's personal angst. Anime. A style of animated shows or movies that originated in Japan, often featuring colorful artwork and imaginative stories. My brother loves watching anime every weekend. Her favorite anime has amazing characters and exciting battles. Many people enjoy collecting anime posters and figures. The world of anime is full of creativity and adventure. Have you ever watched a classic anime like Naruto or Dragon Ball? Ankle. The joint that connects your foot to your leg. She twisted her ankle while running on the trail. He wore a brace to support his injured ankle. My shoes feel tight around my ankle. The doctor told him to rest his sprained ankle. She tied her shoelaces tightly to protect her ankle during the hike. Annex. To add or attach something, especially land or a building, a smaller building attached to a main one. The government plans to annex the nearby land for a new park. They built an annex to expand the school library. The new annex made the museum much larger. The country decided to annex the disputed territory. An annex was added to the hospital to treat more patients. Annoy. To make someone a little angry or irritated. The loud music began to annoy the neighbors. She tried not to let the constant questions annoy her. His habit of tapping on the desk can annoy anyone. Mosquitoes always annoy me when I'm trying to sleep. It's better to explain your feelings than to let small things annoy you. Annul. To officially cancel or make something legally invalid, such as a law or marriage. The court decided to annul the unfair contract. They agreed to annul their marriage after a year. The government wants to annul outdated laws. The tournament results were annulled because of cheating. They filed papers to annul the agreement. Anode. The positively charged part of an electrical device, where current flows in. The battery's anode needs to connect correctly for the device to work. Scientists studied how the anode affects energy flow in batteries. He replaced the damaged anode in the circuit. The anode attracts negatively charged particles. A faulty anode can stop the device from functioning properly. Antic. A playful, silly, or funny action, strange or unusual in a funny way. The clown's antics made the kids laugh. His mischievous antics got him into trouble. The puppy's silly antics were fun to watch. She loves watching shows with characters doing hilarious antics. Their antics during the play made the audience roar with laughter. Anvil. A heavy metal block used by blacksmiths to shape or hammer metal objects. The blacksmith used the anvil to forge a new sword. The blacksmith used the anvil to forge a new sword. He carefully shaped the hot iron on the anvil. The anvil is an essential tool in traditional metalworking. The old anvil had been used for generations. Aorta. The main artery in the body that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body. The doctor explained that the aorta is like a highway for blood in the body. A healthy aorta is crucial for proper blood circulation. The surgeon repaired a tear in the patient's aorta. Blood flows from the heart into the aorta before reaching other organs. The condition affects the size of the aorta, making it harder to pump blood. Apart. Separated by distance or time, or different from something else. The two houses stood miles apart from each other. He tore the paper apart to share it with his friend. They grew apart as they followed different paths in life. The team worked together, even though they were far apart. The twins have similar looks but are worlds apart in personality. Aping. To copy someone's actions or behavior in a way that might seem silly or disrespectful. The little boy was aping his brother by repeating everything he said. She didn't like people aping her style without understanding it. The comedian was aping famous actors for laughs. He stopped aping others and focused on being himself. The parrot's ability to mimic speech is like aping humans. Apnea. A condition where a person stops breathing for short periods, often during sleep. Sleep apnea can cause tiredness during the day. The doctor recommended a test to check for apnea. He uses a special machine to manage his apnea at night. Untreated apnea can lead to health problems. She noticed her father's loud snoring and suspected apnea. Apple. A round, sweet fruit that is red, green, or yellow and grows on trees. I packed an apple in my lunch for a healthy snack. The orchard was full of ripe apples ready to be picked. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. She baked a delicious apple pie for dessert. The teacher gave him an apple for doing well in class. Aphid. A small insect that sucks the sap from plants, often harming them. The garden was infested with aphids eating the roses. Farmers use natural predators to control aphids. The plant's leaves turned yellow because of the aphid attack. Ladybugs are great at eating aphids and saving plants. The gardener sprayed the plants to get rid of the aphids. Apply. To use something in a specific way, to put something on a surface, or to ask for something officially. She decided to apply for the scholarship. You need to apply sunscreen before going to the beach. The rules don't apply to this situation. He tried to apply the lessons he learned to real-life problems. She showed me how to apply the paint smoothly. Apron. A piece of clothing worn over the front of your clothes to keep them clean while cooking or working. She tied her apron before starting to bake the cake. The chef's apron was covered in flour and sauce. He bought a colorful apron as a gift for his mom. The carpenter's apron had many pockets for tools. Wearing an apron helps keep your clothes clean in the kitchen. Aptly. In a way that is suitable, appropriate, or fitting for the situation. The title of the book was aptly chosen to reflect its theme. He aptly described the event as chaotic but fun. The movie was aptly named Adventure in the Wild. She aptly summarized the story in just a few words. His role in the play was aptly performed with great energy. Arbor. A shaded area created by trees or climbing plants on a structure, often used for relaxation. They sat under the arbor enjoying the cool breeze. They sat under the arbor enjoying the cool breeze. He proposed to her under a beautifully decorated arbor. The wooden arbor added charm to their backyard. The arbor provided a peaceful spot to read a book. Ardor. Intense enthusiasm, passion, or love for something. He spoke about his dreams with great ardor. Her ardor for painting is evident in her amazing artwork. The team played with ardor, determined to win the match. His ardor for helping others inspires everyone around him. They worked on the project with ardor and dedication. Areas. Parts or sections of a place, subject, or activity. The park has separate areas for picnics and sports. Scientists are studying the most polluted areas of the city. This school focuses on improving all areas of learning. Some areas of the forest are protected by law. The flood affected large areas of farmland. Arena. A large space used for sports, entertainment, or events, or a place for intense activity or debate. The basketball game was held in a huge arena. The political arena is full of challenges and debates. The gladiators fought bravely in the Roman arena. The concert in the arena was packed with fans. The startup entered the competitive arena of technology. Argue. To express disagreements or reasons for or against something in a discussion. The kids began to argue over who would play first. She tried to argue her point calmly during the meeting. They often argue, but they always make up quickly. He didn't want to argue, so he stayed quiet. Lawyers argue cases in court to defend their clients. Arias. A solo song performed in an opera or similar musical performance. The soprano performed beautiful arias during the opera. She spent hours practicing her arias for the audition. The audience was mesmerized by the emotional arias. Some famous arias are sung in Italian operas. The tenor's powerful arias brought the crowd to their feet. Arise. To come into being, happen, or stand up. Problems often arise when people don't communicate well. A chance to travel may arise next summer. If any issues arise, please let me know immediately. New opportunities can arise from unexpected challenges. The need for a leader will arise during difficult times. Arjun. A name commonly used in South Asia, often associated with bravery and a character from the Mahabharata, an ancient Indian epic. Arjun is my favorite character from the Mahabharata. The story of Arjun teaches us about focus and dedication. Arjun decided to take on the challenge bravely. Many parents name their sons Arjun because of its meaning. The tale of Arjun inspires people to overcome their fears. Armed. Carrying weapons or equipped with tools for defense or attack. The police officers were fully armed for the mission. He felt armed with knowledge after studying all night. The soldiers entered the base armed and ready. An armed robber broke into the store last night. The guards at the palace are always armed for protection. Armor. A protective covering worn to defend against attacks or something that provides emotional protection. The knight's armor shone brightly in the sunlight. Modern soldiers don't wear metal armor, but they use bulletproof vests. He built an emotional armor to protect himself from criticism. The ancient armor was displayed in the museum. The superhero's armor was indestructible. Aroma. A pleasant or distinctive smell. The aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the kitchen. The flowers spread a sweet aroma throughout the garden. The aroma of coffee always makes me feel awake. The chef added herbs to enhance the dish's aroma. The air was filled with the aroma of spices from the market. Arose. Past tense of arise means something came up or happened. A misunderstanding arose during the meeting. The opportunity to travel arose, so he took it. A problem arose that needed immediate attention. Questions arose about the new policy. A new challenge arose, but the team handled it well. Array. A large and impressive collection or arrangement of things. The shop displayed an array of colorful dresses. She was amazed by the array of stars in the night sky. The garden had an array of beautiful flowers. The artist used an array of colors to create the painting. The company offers an array of services for its clients. Arrow. A weapon with a pointed tip, shot from a bow, or a symbol used to show direction. The hunter aimed the arrow at the target. Follow the arrow signs to reach the exit. Cupid's arrow is said to make people fall in love. The arrow hit the bullseye during the competition. The ancient warriors carried bows and arrows into battle. Arson. The illegal act of deliberately setting fire to property. The police arrested him for arson after the fire at the factory. The fire was not accidental, it was a case of arson. Arson is a serious crime that can harm many people. The investigation revealed that the building fire was caused by arson. The town was shocked by the recent arson attack. Artsy. Having an artistic or creative style, sometimes in an exaggerated way. She decorated her room in a very artsy way. His artsy photographs won first place in the contest. The coffee shop had an artsy vibe with paintings on the walls. The artsy student loved painting and sculpture. Their house looked so artsy, with handmade decorations everywhere. Ascot. A type of formal necktie, usually worn for special occasions. He wore an ascot with his suit to the wedding. The old photograph showed a man in a top hat and ascot. The ascot gave his outfit a touch of elegance. She gifted her father a silk ascot for his birthday. The groom chose to wear an ascot instead of a regular tie. Ashen. Very pale or gray, often due to fear, shock, or illness. Her face turned ashen when she heard the bad news. The morning sky looked ashen before the storm. The patient's ashen complexion worried the doctor. His ashen hands were trembling from the cold. The actor wore makeup to give him an ashen, ghostly look. Ashes. The remains of something burned, or what is left after destruction. The fire reduced the old house to ashes. She scattered the ashes of the letter into the wind. The phoenix is a mythical bird that rises from its own ashes. The city was rebuilt from the ashes of war. The fireplace was full of cold ashes in the morning. Aside. To the side, or a remark made quietly and not part of the main conversation. She pulled him aside to talk privately. Please step aside so others can pass. The actor made a humorous aside to the audience during the play. He set the papers aside for later review. The teacher whispered an aside to the student during the presentation. Asked. Past tense of ask, to request information or permission. She asked me a question about the homework. He asked for a second helping of dessert. The little boy asked his mom to read a bedtime story. The teacher asked if anyone needed help. I asked him to explain the problem again. Askew. Not straight or level, crooked. The painting was hanging askew on the wall. Her hat sat askew after the strong wind blew. The books on the shelf were all askew. He noticed that his tie was slightly askew before the interview. The table legs were uneven, making it stand askew. Aspen. A type of tree with leaves that shake or tremble in the wind, often found in cool climates. The aspen trees turned golden during the fall. A path lined with aspen trees led to the cabin. . The wind made the aspen leaves rustle softly. He sat under the shade of an old aspen tree. The forest was a mix of pine and aspen trees. Assay. A test or analysis to determine the quality or components of something, to test or examine something closely. The scientists conducted an assay to check the purity of the metal. The jeweler will assay the gold to see if it's real. An assay of the water showed it was safe to drink. He decided to assay the situation before making a decision. The lab results from the assay were promising. Assess. To evaluate or determine the value, quality, or importance of something. The teacher will assess your homework tomorrow. It's important to assess the risks before starting a project. The doctor will assess the patient's condition carefully. They hired an expert to assess the value of the painting. Let's assess the damage after the storm. Asset. Something valuable or useful, such as property, skills, or qualities. Good communication skills are a great asset in life. The house is their most valuable asset. The new employee's experience is a real asset to the team. Creativity is an asset for any artist. They sold their assets to start a new business. Atlas. A book or collection of maps. He used an atlas to find the country he was learning about. The old atlas in the library showed how the world looked 100 years ago. She packed an atlas for their road trip. The geography teacher handed each student an atlas. The atlas included maps of all the continents. Atoll. A ring-shaped coral island or reef surrounding a lagoon. The tropical atoll was a paradise for scuba divers. An atoll formed after the volcano in the ocean collapsed. The ship anchored near the beautiful atoll. The atoll is home to many colorful fish and corals. Scientists studied the unique ecosystem of the atoll. Atoms. The smallest unit of matter that makes up everything around us. Everything in the universe is made up of atoms. Scientists study how atoms combine to form molecules. A single drop of water contains billions of atoms. Breaking down matter into atoms helps us understand chemistry. The structure of atoms is fascinating to learn about. Atone. To make up for a mistake or wrongdoing by doing something good. He apologized to atone for his harsh words. She worked hard to atone for her past mistakes. Donating to charity can help people atone for their actions. He spent years trying to atone for his bad decisions. The hero sought to atone for failing to save the village. Attic. The space or room just under the roof of a house, often used for storage. They found old toys in the dusty attic. The attic was filled with boxes of family photos. A small window let light into the attic. The kids turned the attic into a secret playroom. He climbed up to the attic to fix a leak in the roof. Audio. Sound, especially when recorded or transmitted, related to hearing or sound. The audio on the video was clear and crisp. She listened to the story in audio format. The audio equipment in the studio was top-notch. The teacher played an audio recording of a famous speech. He adjusted the audio settings on his headphones. Audit. An official inspection of accounts or records, to examine or check something closely. The company's finances went through an audit last month. He decided to audit his energy usage to lower bills. The audit revealed some missing files. She volunteered to audit the community's records. An annual audit ensures everything is in order. Augur. To predict or indicate the future, often based on signs or omens. The dark clouds augur a storm coming soon. His hard work and dedication augur well for his future. The successful test results augur a good outcome for the project. Bad reviews might augur trouble for the new restaurant. The new policies augur a positive change in the company. Aunts. The sisters of your parents or the wives of your uncles. My aunts love to bake cookies for us. Both of my aunts came to visit us during the holidays. She shares stories about her childhood with her aunts. The aunts looked after the children while their parents were away. I sent birthday cards to all my aunts this year. Auntie. A casual or affectionate way to refer to your aunt. My auntie lives in a big house by the beach. I call her auntie even though she's not related to me. My auntie makes the best pancakes in the world. We visited my auntie during the summer vacation. The kids adore their auntie because she's always fun. Autos. A shortened term for automobiles or cars. The street was full of parked autos. The museum displayed vintage autos from the 1920s. Many people prefer electric autos for a greener environment. He collects miniature models of classic autos. The factory produces thousands of autos every year. Avail. To make use of something, use or benefit. He tried to fix the problem, but it was of no avail. She decided to avail herself of the opportunity to learn a new skill. The advice was given, but to no avail. Students can avail the library's resources for their studies. We should avail every chance to improve ourselves. Avant. Short for avant-garde, meaning innovative, ahead of its time, or modern. The artist's avant style was admired by many. The avant designs in the gallery were truly unique. Her fashion choices are always avant and daring. He introduced an avant method of teaching that students loved. The building's architecture is bold and avant. Avert. To prevent something bad from happening or to turn away. The quick action of the firefighters averted a major disaster. She averted her eyes from the scary movie scene. They worked together to avert the crisis. He tried to avert the awkward situation with a joke. Wearing a helmet can help avert serious injuries. Avian. Relating to birds. The zoo has a special exhibit for avian species. Scientists are studying the migration of avian creatures. The avian sanctuary protects endangered bird species. Her passion for avian photography has taken her around the world. The colorful feathers were a sign of the avian species' beauty. Avoid. To keep away from something or someone to prevent harm or trouble. He tried to avoid the traffic by taking a different route. You should avoid eating too much junk food. They decided to avoid the beach during the storm. She always avoids talking about uncomfortable topics. To stay healthy, avoid skipping meals. Await. To wait for something or someone, often with anticipation or expectation. The students await the results of their exams eagerly. A surprise party awaits you at home tonight. He patiently awaited the arrival of his favorite band. They await news about the new policy changes. A bright future awaits those who work hard. Awake. Not asleep, alert and conscious, to stop sleeping or to become aware of something. She was still awake when the clock struck midnight. The noise from outside awoke him from a deep sleep. I try to stay awake during long meetings, but it's hard. The baby finally awoke after a long nap. He was suddenly awakened by the sound of thunder. Award. A prize or recognition given for an achievement, to officially give something to someone as a reward. She received an award for her outstanding performance in school. The committee will award the scholarship to the best student. The actor held the award proudly during his speech. The judges decided to award the first prize to the young artist. He worked hard and earned a special award for his dedication. Aware. Knowing or realizing something, having knowledge or perception of a situation. Are you aware of the changes in the schedule? She became aware of the noise coming from the next room. It's important to be aware of your surroundings while traveling. He wasn't aware that his comment had hurt her feelings. The teacher made the students aware of the importance of recycling. Awash. Completely covered, filled, or overflowing with something, often a liquid. The beach was awash with colorful seashells after the storm. His mind was awash with thoughts of the upcoming exam. The streets were awash with water after the heavy rain. The company was awash with new ideas for innovation. Her desk was awash with papers and files. Awful. Very bad, unpleasant, or shocking. The food at the restaurant was so awful that we couldn't eat it. He felt awful after breaking his friend's toy. The weather was awful, so we stayed indoors all day. It's an awful feeling to forget something important. She had an awful headache after working late. Awoke. Stopped sleeping or became aware of something. He awoke early to watch the sunrise. She awoke to the sound of birds chirping outside. The memory of her childhood awoke strong emotions in her. They awoke suddenly when they heard the alarm. He awoke with a sense of excitement about the new day. Axial. Relating to or around an axis, a central line around which something rotates or is organized. The Earth's rotation is an axial movement. The gears in the machine depend on axial alignment to function properly. The engineer explained the axial forces affecting the structure. The planet has a unique axial tilt, causing extreme seasons. The axial bones in the body include the spine and skull. Axion. A hypothetical particle in physics believed to explain certain properties of the universe, like dark matter. Scientists are still studying the mysterious nature of the axion. If axions exist, they could solve many unanswered questions in physics. The search for the axion involves advanced technology and experiments. The theory of axions could reshape how we understand the universe. The axion remains a fascinating topic for physicists worldwide. Axion. A hypothetical particle in physics believed to explain certain properties of the universe, like dark matter. Scientists are still studying the mysterious nature of the axion. If axions exist, they could solve many unanswered questions in physics. The search for the axion involves advanced technology and experiments. The theory of axions could reshape how we understand the universe. The axion remains a fascinating topic for physicists worldwide. Azure. A bright blue color, like the clear sky. The sky was an azure blue on the sunny afternoon. She admired the azure waters of the tropical beach. The painter used shades of azure to depict the serene ocean. His shirt was a beautiful azure color that stood out in the crowd. The poet described the azure sky as a symbol of peace and calm.